we've seen James Harden in the past 8 years at Houston. I'm gonna disregard James Harden in OKC because he wasn't the beard. He wasn't what we know him to be now. I'm talking about in Houston. So Kevin Durant wants me to unsee what I've seen over the last 8 years when he was in Houston. So am I supposed to believe KD or my lying eyes? So I asked him to pull a little tape. Now you tell me if James Harden is playing defense. Hopefully the people at home can see that. Now, that's great defense right there. Yes, that's all I did for. That's James Harden. I mean, he's really boy, he did him up. Watch James Harden. This is just James Harden now. Now you this. I won't.
No.
Boy, woo! Boy, that look like Elijah one. That's all Kobe Bryant there. Now this James Harden on defense. That's James Harden on defense. Now he really playing his tail off. That's lights out D. Man, stop this. Okay, Skip, I get it. We normally, what happens is your great offensive players, so they don't tire themselves out. They don't line up on the other team. Great offensive player. Occasionally we saw that. Kobe would take it upon the challenge. If it was a 2 or a point guard, Kobe would take that challenge on. A lot of times, but you remember, Skip, in 2001, when it was Iverson, they put T. Lue on Iverson because they didn't want Kobe to tire himself out. Jordan sometimes would take that challenge. But for the most part, Skip, if you're a great offensive player, they don't want you tiring yourself out on defense.
Yep.
But Kevin Durant wants to take a few plays and say James Harden is an underrated defensive player? Come on, KD, bro. I understand you want to hype your brother.
Shannon Sharpe, I'm sorry. You were dead wrong on this one. I've been telling you all year he is underrated on defense.
So what was
and now
that?
Kevin Durant.
So what was that?
It's bad old days in Houston.
So what am I supposed to base it on?
When he feels like... Watch this year. Start watching these games. Watch what he did to Kawhi Leonard the other night, because 3 times Kawhi Leonard... We don't have to talk because we're running out of show, but 3 times Kawhi tried to drive on him, and he is so strong in the lane. That's what Kevin brought up. He said when he's playing post defense using his strength, he stopped Kawhi cold 3 times.
So we're
last year at Houston, last year with Russell, he was top 5 in steals, top 5 in deflections, top 5 in loose balls. Do those count as defensive category? You better believe they do.
One thing.
He has genius on offense and genius on defense. Nash is raving about his defense because he is special on the defensive end, because he can see it and feel it before you execute it.
I just want to know one thing. How many times have you heard somebody, boy, James Harden did a number stopping Steph Curry. He did a number stopping Dame Lillard.
He's never been in this position before. As Steve Nash keeps raving, he is willing to sacrifice for us. He's playing point guard and he plays defense when it's time against Milwaukee or against the Clippers.
And look, if you don't mind me asking, why didn't Giannis Antetokounmpo take him? What did Giannis say? Since KD said what he said, what did Giannis say last year's All-Star game? What did he say,
Kevin knows. Kevin knows what happened in Oklahoma City. When he came off the bench, one night he took Kobe for much of the second half. He was making it hard on Kobe Bryant. James, when he feels like it, can really lock you down.
What did Giannis say?
I don't really care. What has Giannis ever accomplished?
So now,
help me out.
So
what's
now
he ever
you
done?
Now you only care what he's a 2-time, he's a back-to-back MVP.
And what's he done in the playoffs? Help me out.
So now,
I've seen 2 big
you were just hyping Paul George. What has Paul George done in the playoffs?
Did I say he's ever done anything? He's actually accomplished more than Giannis has in the playoffs.
Back-to-back MVPs. How many back-to-back MVPs have there been?
Stop it. He comes up smaller than I am in the playoffs. You know it, and I know it.
Skip, James, look here. For the last 8 years.
James Harden's going to make you eat your words. Just watch. Just watch.
It's on his resume. 8 years of bad defense is on his resume. And you want to just wipe it away after two games?
I've been watching.
And 3 possessions. 2 games, 3 possessions, wipes away 8 years.
Underrated on defense, said Kevin Durant. I'm not going to quibble with Kevin Durant. I think he knows what's going on because he's only the best player on the planet.
But nobody else knows what's going on. So how many other guys? So how many all defensive teams?
You don't.
How many all defensive teams has James Harden made?
Well, let's see what happens this year.
How much you want to bet?
Top 5 in all those stats last year.
So you mean to tell me a guy that leads the league and still can't make all defensive first, second, or third team?
Well, we'll see. A lot of that's reputation.
No, not reputation.
Yeah.
Not
somebody
reputation.
is going strictly on reputation.
Everything is reputation as long as your guy doesn't accomplish it. But when your guy accomplishes something, it's not reputation. Man, stop this, Skip.
I'm going to start it. I started it. I've been saying this all year on this show, and you won't listen. And now Kevin Durant's saying exactly what I said. Who knew?
But Giannis, another guy said that he is.
Who cares what Giannis says?
So who cares what Kevin Durant says?
You're the one who rips Giannis on this show right and left.
Skip. You can rip him all you want to, but he's a 2-time back-to-back MVP. So he doesn't know basketball. So Giannis doesn't know basketball. Only Kevin Durant knows basketball.
All I know is the best team in the East right now is nothing but Nets.
We're going to need more time for this one.
They got the best record in the
James
East?
Harden and his
Here they come.
defense.
Do they got the best
and
record?
The tape
No.
doesn't
Okay,
lie,
then.
Shannon. I hear
Thank
you
you.
with pulling that. I know you got to work there. We will get to this again. Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.